All right. On that note, let's move on now and bring you stories from India and across the world. South Korea voices a strong disapproval as Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida offers respects to Tokyo's Yasukuni Shrine, a site linked to Japan's aggressive wartime past. South Korea has urged Japanese leaders to demonstrate sincere repentance, which could pave the way for better relations between the two nations.
Venezuela's opposition has chosen a low-profile former diplomat, Edmundo Gonzalez, to run against President Nicolas Maduro in the July elections. The stakes are high for the July 28th polls. Why is that? Because the US has said that holding fair elections is the condition for lifting sanctions on this South American nation. Now, Gonzalez's candidacy was finalized on Friday. This is just a day before the deadline to replace him with someone else.
The US House has approved a bill that could spell trouble for TikTok's future in the country. The legislation demands TikTok's parent company based in Beijing to divest from the platform or face a ban. This bill, which is part of a larger aid package for Ukraine and Israel, could become a law within a week post the Senate approval. Originally, the House proposed a 6-month deadline for divestment, but concerns over its feasibility led to a modified version giving ByteDance 9 months with a possible extension.
In Spain's Canary Islands, tens of thousands rallied against mass tourism. They're demanding limits on tourist numbers and curbs on unchecked development. This is a big story for Earth Till 2. They're stressing that they're not anti-tourism, but they want balances. This is amid concerns over continuing environment harm. Tourism makes up to 35% of this economy, 40% of the jobs. And this is a very important issue. In 2023, 13.9 million tourists visited the 7 main islands. It's about 6 times the local population of that island. 2.2 million is the local population.
In Paris, baker Stéphane Louard has whipped up a culinary whirlwind. Now blending a croissant with a chocolate chip cookie. He calls it the Crookie creation, and it's causing quite a stir. The Crookie went viral on TikTok, leading a surge in demand. Louard sold about 2,300 of these Crookies in a day, and the trend has spread to bakeries worldwide. The Crookie, which was initially just a diversion, is now a global sensation.
Okay, and shifting focus now on a tragic parallel to the Notre Dame incident, a fire engulfing Copenhagen's historic Borsen building. The iconic Dragon Spire has collapsed, and about 100 soldiers were actually brought in to help the ensuing rescue efforts. They climbed onto each other's shoulders to actually pull down famed artworks that were actually mounted very high up on all of the structure's walls. Lessons have actually been sought from Notre Dame's swift restoration, and Danish officials are hopeful that they're actually going to be able to rebuild it soon.
Meta has unveiled plans for a new educational hub set to revolutionize learnings with Quest headsets. The platform promises tailored apps and management tools for educators, aiming to enhance student learning experiences. With virtual reality, students can explore history and beyond. However, affordability and age restrictions may limit access.
And next, a rather terrifying one. Good news for fans of the cult classic film The Shining. Oregon's Timberline Lodge, which is featured very, very heavily in the movie, it'll be reopening its doors to guests after it was shut down post a fire scare. The damage was minimal. Guests were evacuated safely. This is a structure that was built all the way back in 1937. It's a historic spot atop the Mount Hood in Portland, and it's now ready to welcome visitors again if you're ready for a spook.
And in good news coming in this morning, India's 17-year-old Grandmaster D scripted history by winning the candidates chess tournament to become the youngest ever challenger to the world title. He will take on the reigning world champion now. It is China's Ding Liren for the crown later this year, and he became only the second Indian after the great Vishwanathan Anand to win the candidates. Five-time world champion Anand's triumph came in 2014. He's also Gukesh's mentor.
And dramatic scenes unfolding on live TV as a Doordarshan anchor fainted. This is while reporting on the heat wave in West Bengal. You can see those visuals right now of Lopamudra Sinha. She shared her ordeal on social media. She described how her health deteriorated during a broadcast. Now, despite feeling unwell, she did try to continue after a glass of water. She was unable to stay hydrated because of the nature of the broadcast. Now, her condition has only worsened, led to a fainting spell during a live TV segment. Officials are warning that heat wave conditions will persist in several districts in the region in the coming week.
All right, so that's a reminder to keep yourself hydrated